sound check. I know I do that every time now because I don't want to be told I'm muted. I hate it when I forget. So welcome back to 1111 True Crime. Mama D coming back at ya. We're going to come one more time after this to another live where we're going to let the private eyes ask the questions. Now this reading is about that fired caregiver. Did a past connection of an ex-caregiver that, for all purposes that we know of, sounds like somebody that was Iranian or Persian or something, and she was allegedly fired after living in the guest house in 2003 of Nancy's. Even her address is showing Nancy Guthrie's address. And so I was like, well, I gotta know. Don't you want to know? So with that, hello to everybody. And we have a new private eye army nurse. Welcome back, lovely. And thank you for all those gifted tarot decks. I mean, you supplied me with probably 100 decks. And I've never forgotten that. Thank you, lovely. I appreciate you still. Always and forever. All right, my lovelies. Hello, Jan Funk, Liam, Nikki, Debbie. Hello to my live audience. Hello to my replay crew. And hello to my live chat. I want to just say hello to all of you. Let's get into this. Remember, you guys, I am not a psychic. I do not play one on TV. I am not a medium. I do not talk to the dead. Jesus Christ is my Savior, and that's a fact. And only Jesus is allowed to work with me. Only Jesus. I don't rely on other gods. I don't rely on spirits. I rely on Jesus. And so with that, let's see what we get here. And we're talking about Nancy Guthrie. Now remember also, I have a camera over here. I have a camera over here. I am not a cameraman, so bear with me on that. As well as, remember, everything I share with you is my humble opinion, just my interpretation of the tarot cards and oracle cards. You might have a different interpretation. I'd love to hear it. And I encourage free thinking. You certainly don't need to agree with me. Let's see Nancy Guthrie and this ex-caregiver, please. Oh my gosh, we got some cards. We're going to go one more time around. I feel like there's some energy. Cover up. Okay. This is weird. It's weird because it says alive, which I would pray that Nancy is alive, but I highly doubt it. But I don't think it's as much as alive as this little caregiver bag. Okay? That's weird. That's just striking to me. Maybe it means the caregiver is the one that's alive. I don't know. But we do have this medical bag out of all these cards. Right? We get the medical bag. That's strange. So it is good because it also is showing that Jesus is connecting what I'm saying and he's guiding us. We also have grandparent, which is Nancy, right? Let's go ahead, put this over here. Or are we talking about a grandchild of Nancy? I don't know. I believe they're very youthful. I would not know. But we do have grandparent and we do have this medical bag. But what is even more concerning is we have this cover up and we have this like anonymous looking mask on this guy. Interesting. Now, if you're here laughing, I do have a young man, my son, Noah, who's upstairs doing gaming, and whatever they're doing is hysterical. Trust me. Just say it. He has been dying laughing for the last 10 minutes. And so I don't know what it's about, but he is into it. So no disrespect to the reading. Now after this, you guys, we're going to hand it over to the private eyes. We'll let the private eyes ask the questions. And you guys are incredible at asking questions. Yes, I'm good at tarot reading, but you guys are amazing at asking questions. Let's get into the tarot itself. And Jesus, guide me in this. Keep me on the straight and narrow. Make sure that I reveal the truth, that I understand it, and that I speak only the truth when it comes to Nancy Guthrie and this ex-caregiver. Thank you. Give me the clarity to see what you mean. Alive, show me this. I would pray. Oh, man, that would... So we do have abandonment. So that could be fired care worker, right? Abandoned? Being left out in the cold after providing care. That is interesting because we have 5 of Pentacles, and as you can see, this person is walking barefoot in snow. This guy's on crutches, so it's failing health. And then we have that when I'm qualifying that medical bag. That is interesting. Forgive me. I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Let me understand more about this abandonment, why the 5 of Pentacles, and the caregiver card. Okay, this is what we're taking. King of Swords. That can be legality. That can be a truth speaker. King of Swords is often law. Perhaps law is on to something. We know that the law is the one that was calling around the gun shops in Scottsdale. That is interesting that we have the King of Swords. Let me get chat off the board, and thank you so much. Army Nurse, thank you, thank you. Let me see. Okay. That way we can see all of it. It still didn't. Okay, we have a hiccup. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go to chat because otherwise we have this black line that's gonna drive me nuts. Did I get it? Okay. Let's get back into it. Grandparent. Show me grandparent, Nancy Guthrie, and this ex-caregiver. Somebody intimate to Nancy. And it says grandparent. That could be a grandkid. I don't know what that would have to do with anything. So we have the 2 of Cups. That's an intimate circle. That's a pledge. That is a partnership. Why the 2 of Cups and grandparent? The Moon. It's hidden. Major Arcana. Cancer energy. That's interesting. Why the whole line of grandparenting coming up? Cover up. Let's understand this cover up. Why cover up? Knight of Pentacles, stuck. Not movement, no movement. So out of all the horses, we have the, Knight of Swords, we have the Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Pentacles is what we have, is the one that's stuck. The other horses all are movement. This is stuck energy, not moving. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups, stinky offer for Nancy. This is a peculiar read. All right, we're going to clear the board. I want to understand more, and we need some space to do it. If it's meant to come out, it certainly will. And most of the card decks you can find in my shop. We do sell out of our card decks quite often because they go like lickety-split. But we do restock every single week. And so just if they're out of stock, just give it a day or two. Show me what else I need to see with Nancy's ex-caregiver, this Iranian person that was allegedly fired. What else can I see specifically about that person? Why is grandparent coming out? I told you if it's meant to come out, it will. Out of all the cards that came back out. Let's continue. Shit. Sorry, I don't normally swear, but somebody talked about checking the dump today, and then Landfill came out. Why grandparent? What else do we need to see about Nancy Guthrie and this ex-employee that was taking care of her? This Iranian person that was living in the guest house. What is that regarding Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? Road. And that's weird because we have the word road, even though it was spelled differently on that sign. Could there be a road on the near a landfill? I don't know. Why grandparent? Now you've fully got my attention, Jesus. You've given it to me twice. Why grandparent? The Hierophant. Establishment. It talks about, the Hierophant talks about making an oath, a pledge. Doctors, nurses do pledge. They take an oath. Show me why landfill. Why is landfill being... Okay, we just got a store. Oh, we got these too. We have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is all about... come into focus, thank you. The Page of Swords is all about education, detective work, digging deeper, learning something. So this, digging deeper, and then we have the landfill. Lord have mercy. We have the Ten of Cups, something that is like over and abundant. It's a heightened emotion. Could be angry, could be happy. It's just very heightened emotion. Water is emotions, feelings. And then we have that drug dealer on speed dial, the King of Wands, with the salamanders. And he's slick. He's got salamanders on the cloak, and he has salamanders on the wall. You can't hold on to it. So what we're seeing here is... Could this be the... God, I would hate to think that they would need to, but I hope they have thought of that and checking the landfill. We have the hidden cards here with landfill. Look, the police are about to come up with something surprising, unexpected. We have the King of Swords. This is the police. This is law enforcement. We have this discovery, inspector, detective, energy, that is going to find something about someone that does bad things. They're slick. You can't hold on to them. You can't trust them. They're not reliable. So this is saying this is unexpected information that they're going to find out about the law through detective work. That's going to be heightened emotion about they'll make them feel a certain kind of way about a suspect, basically. And it's interesting that it's falling all under this landfill. Perhaps they need to go that direction. I hope not. But that is weird. We do have road and the devil. Very toxic energy, and it's on a road. Now, in the beginning, I was getting street and road consistently with Nancy. I don't know what that meant, if it was a location on the side of a road, but it's weird that landfill, then road. We have grandparents. I still don't know why this came out twice. That is baffling to me. Show me this. Okay. There's that abandoned. So was Nancy captured by the devil, abducted by the devil, then abandoned? High priestess, the one that knows, that doesn't say anything, with about a plan. So there's a witness to the plan. That's the plan right there. Doesn't mean there's follow through. It does mean 2 of Wands, that this person's had to make a choice. So they've got the world in front of them and they have a plan. Now we have that stinky offer, the Page of Cups. Who wants a fish in a cup? It's a bad offer. And then we have travel the world, international. We also have closing a cycle, closing something down, followed by there's communication issues. So it's almost as if there's something being learned about trash, garbage, a landfill, a location. Show me this devil card with the true crime deck. This is our own deck here with the 1111 deck. Show me this devil card, the road, this high priestess. Why? What's so toxic? All right, we have the mountains. So we have the mountains. Nature path, hike, trail, so forth, and the mountains. Always get the church card, and we get rope. Always get these. Every time I use this deck with Nancy, that's what I get. Bottom of the deck, I got keys, code, entrance. Maybe this caregiver knew the keys and the code. What is this? There's a hidden card, y'all. This is about the caregiver. River, lake, pond. There's not too many rivers, lakes, and ponds in Arizona. There are, but I mean, they're few. Show me why key code compared, in reference to this caregiver. Shame, blame, fear, guilt. That's disturbing. I'm asking about that caregiver and I'm getting the guilty card. Bottom of the deck, I got toxic. Drugs, evil, poison. That is weird. That is weird because they listed another name on there, Carol Shimmick. And a lot of people online believe she was poisoned. I'm talking about those signs with Carol Shimmick and Nancy Guthrie's name on there together. They believe she was poisoned. And now I'm getting toxic, and it says drugs, evil, poison, right? Poison, negative energy. Then we have this witness, watcher, media stalker. I'm at a loss on that part. I want to know why I'm getting the grandparent card. I mean, yes, Nancy was a grandma, but is it implying family? Could family have hired this person? Well, family would have been the one that most likely hired and fired. All right, let's try a different deck. I want to understand more about this caregiver. Oh, that goes to this deck. Show me this caregiver's energy towards Nancy Guthrie. How do they feel about Nancy Guthrie's disappearance? How do they feel? Damn. There, the devil came out again. And this time, the devil. And that's what it was last night in my dream. Okay? But it says judgment and devil. So they're definitely feeling not so cool about Nancy. It's almost as if they're like judging her because they were fired. And they feel very toxic. This can be obsession. Okay? Devil can be toxic obsession. Did they take action against Nancy Guthrie, this ex-health worker? Now keep in mind, Nancy's dog that was young, Nancy's dog passed away, I say young, looked young, in December. So there would have been no dog to bark. So we've always wondered, did somebody poison the dog? And then we've also wondered if Nancy was actually spiked somehow. So that is weird that poison comes up. So look at this. I talked about that caregiver and I got judgment and the devil and then the fight to win at all costs. Oh, yes. Double tapping the fight. 5 of Swords and 5 of Wands. They're pissed off about a conversation that didn't go their way. So this could be the firing. They have an obsession. They are obsessed with something, and that is judgment. That is disturbing. And there's the world, which they are international because they're Iran. They're Persian or Iranian. And there's that planning card in the world. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave all that. Let's continue. I'm going to ask just a couple more. I'm going to hand it back over to you. stuck energy. Did this person, this ex-caregiver that lived in Nancy's guest house that was fired, what did they do with Nancy, if anything? Hierophant, that's the oath. That is wild. The Magician, illusion. And then we have law. Getting a new perspective about the healer. The star, Aquarius energy is Nancy, but also this is the healer card. The healing, the star. And the night, the moon, the star and the night, the moon, star and the moon. And like I said, this is over the top emotional. Doesn't have to be happy like the deck is showing. 10 Cups is Jupiter. It's an expansion of emotion. If somebody is obsessed with hatred, this is the ultimate hate. And there's that. I said drug dealer on speed dial. This doesn't have to be a male. There is no gender in the tarot. This could be a female. And they could technically be somebody that's a dirty caregiver in a way, because caregivers often do work with medical things, which are rugs. We have strength overpowering. This is wild. I don't know what to think. All these times that I've seen caregiver, I didn't know of another caregiver, so I assumed that that was Nancy's caregiver, meaning Annie. But what if all these times I've been reading and seeing caregiver, that the cards were legitimately meaning hired caregiver? That could be. Why grandparents? I have a couple more questions and then I'll hand it over. I know I said that like a minute ago. I'm just really into this caregiver. Oh, I said really, yes, caregiver stuck. Wow. Yes, evidence, and then stuck with evidence. Huh. And that's the names that the FBI are looking into, allegedly, according to JLR. Show me the relationship that Nancy Guthrie had with this Iranian caregiver that she ended up firing. And I already asked that, I know. I got the Devil card and I got the Judgment card. The Hierophant, the Oath. It's almost as if this person has like made a pact or an oath to do something, to take some action, like I promise you kind of energy. With the Empress, the King of Cups, deep, deep emotion. Look at this, the paying out, judgment on Nancy, the truth spoken about work. Did they have a problem getting work after Nancy fired them? There's the Devil and the Lovers. Choice between two. All right, you guys, that's all I got. I don't know, I think you guys got better questions than I do. I also want to know about Luke Daly, but that's for a different read. Coming up to top side, my lovelies. Wow. Now I'm starting to think. Could I have just assumed, because the only caregiver that I knew about when caregiver was coming up was Annie. Could it be the fired caregiver? That's interesting. So you guys, I want to say thank you very, very much. And we're going to hand it over to the private eyes to ask the best questions, as you always do. And we do give it to subscribers all the time. But today we're going to say thank you to our sponsors of the channel that allow us to continue to be the voice for the voiceless, which is our private eye members. And so with that, I hope you'll tune into that. Well, you guys, that's the best I can do with what I had on the caregiver. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are down below. Did you see some connections there? What do you think the grandparents card meant? It came out twice. That's got me stumped. Like, I got to do some thinking on that. All right. I love you to the moon and back as always. Say a prayer for Nancy, and I'll see you in about 4 minutes. Bye for now.
I was born to the dirt. I shall return when my eyes are closed. In the shadows, my enemy